Well, the sun has got his hat on today, hip hip hooray, because we've got some seat motors here for the seat for the Range Rover, and today we're going to get it started and drive it in the shop because it's such a nice day. I'm going to fix the seat, put it in outside, and then we can drive it inside and finish off our last few jobs. I know it's taken a long time, but I'm not sort of working outside on it in winter. It's not much fun. And again, what the problem was, I have to get the car into the shop using the forklift. And if anybody of you have seen my setup here, it's not just a matter of going in a straight line, you have to go in an angle. And my snowbank was right outside the door. So anyway, it's melting off, we're going to get it done, but let's get these motors fitted and test and see what they're like. So instead of fitting all the seat motors, I just unsoldered the wires off one and put it back onto the front one here where it wasn't working. So we're going to have a look now using the seat switch and see if it works. That works, that works. Tilt, 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 tilt. It's all working. Goodness gracious me, I'm going to run out of excuses very shortly. So what I'm going to do now is extend these runners down here and just give this a little bit of a paint. I know it's got a cover on it, but the runners are looking a bit sad. I'll just give them a quick wire brush up and then put some paint on, and then after dinner we'll go outside and fit this seat. The reason why I didn't fit it was because I tipped it back and I couldn't tip it forward again, because if you can remember when these were in the container, when we covered them with this vinyl dye, it had stuck here and it had parted company. But I can just sort of do that with a sponge and re-dye it. That's not a big problem. I just want to get it in the car so that I can drive it. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? So I got to start with this seat. What a palaver I've had. I couldn't find the seatbelt bracket for this car. I could find some shorter ones for a different Range Rover, but what I had to do was add a little piece onto this bracket so it was long enough to go into here. It's going to fit, no problem, but I'm just getting a bit you can see why I'm fed up with this stuff. We have boxes and boxes of parts, but you can never find the right part when you want it. So anyway, whilst the paint is drying on this bit, why don't we put the battery on and see if it will start? I mean, it's not been started for a year. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Let's give it a go. Right, let's put the battery on. It's fully charged. Now, let's get this the right way around. Positive cable is here. Just have to nip and get a spanner to take it over and see what we've got. Will it start? I seem to remember last year we had problems with fuel pressure. God, still, you know, of all the snow and ice has gone except for a little bit right at the front of the car. Right, so the fuel pump seems to be running, but has it got enough pressure? That doesn't sound too bad, does it? I wonder why it didn't start first time. Right, where's the bit that makes it go through? okay to me. I'm just curious. I'm going to put a pressure tester on the fuel pump because this has got an oldest type pump on it, and it should have fired up as soon as I put the ignition on, not had to wait. But then again, fuel could have run back to the tank in the time it's been there. I'll tell you what, let me just leave this running and get it warmed up. Oh. Maybe I should have checked the oil. Right, what do we need out of this bad boy? That. Well, I could be wrong, but that's got 28 pounds of fuel pressure. That's a little bit below what it should be, but it is running. Right, let's turn the ignition on. See, when I turn the ignition on there, it's gone down to 5 pounds. See, this is why I was wondering whether this pump's good. Right, it's on 0 now. I don't know if you can see this, but there's 0 fuel pressure. It's not consistent. Do you know, I had a sneaking feeling that was its problem. So I'm glad you're feeling my pain. This is what it's like. The pump stopped working. It was working, and now it's stopped working. Why would that be? I have no idea. Nothing on the gauge. Oh, I wonder if I should disconnect the battery. I wish that patch of ice wasn't there. Right, I've disconnected the battery. I'll wait a few seconds. I think this is the second or third fuel pump that's been running. The fuel pressure is controlled by this little box of relays here. And I don't know why it's not working now. Nothing's changed, I've not done anything. Maybe I should leave it for another 6 months. Isn't this bizarre? I knew there was a problem somewhere. I think this is off the Disco 1 box here. Let's put another relay in. Do we get any fuel pressure? Oh look, we've got fuel pressure now. Whoa, what's happening here? I've just noticed the gauge had gone up. Why is that? £32. Smooth as silk. Pumping at £30, using £30 of pressure, it's pretty good. So, what's going on? What's going on? We've still got pressure there. Why did it automatically just jump up? That's what I can't understand. Now I've put the other, this is a little relay box. I'll put the other one on. It's dropping all the time. Look. It's on £15, that's why it's got a misfire. Can you see it? Right, where's that bloody box? Let's try this one back on. The only thing is, it has to be this box or the fuel pump. And I've got a sneaking suspicion it's a fuel pump. Now when I clip that in, there's only £10 of pressure. Oh sorry, I've sort of zoomed. I can't see the screen today. There's only £10 of pressure. So what's going on? £10 isn't enough to get an EFI running. Well, should we test it? It has to be the pump. Like I can dump out the pressure and then turn the ignition back on. And there's nothing. Well, £5. If I swap the boxes over, everything springs back to life, but £5 of fuel pressure. So, is it bad wiring? I think it's the pump. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it until it gets going again. Till we get one of those eventful stages where it does actually fire up. Get it into the shop, and I'm going to order a 40 psi pump for this, because it should be 2.5 bar pressure. Obviously it's not, and this is why we can't get it to bloody start. You know, You know, it was like this last year, that's why I sort of gave up on it, and I thought it was the battery. No fuel pressure. So that's one of the things to look for. I mean, unfortunately, hey, look at that, it's gone up to like 12 pounds in pressure. £16 pressure. You see why I can't stand this bloody car anymore. It's so unpredictable. We started it pretty much straight away and then it's gone to nothing. I've checked the wiring between the front and the back and everything was good before. But it seems as I have had no end of bad luck with those in-tank pumps. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to order right now a higher pressure fuel pump that goes in line, and I'm very tempted, I'm very tempted to put it just above the engine here so it can draw fuel through the original filter and tap into this line here, put the pump here and route it back round again. Because I can't keep going on with this bloody problem all the time but it's not starting, because obviously the customer's going to not be happy. I'm going to leave that pressure gauge in. I'm going to obviously disconnect the battery just in case somebody steals it. That'd be a good thing, wouldn't it? Put my set away. I hope tomorrow this patch of ice that I was working on, it's the only piece of ice in the whole yard. Well, I hope that's gone by tomorrow. See ya.